Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see cleanup function in useEffect. How exactly we can use cleanup function and what is cleanup function we are going to see in today's video. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's start the video. Yes. So let's see what is exactly cleanup function in React.js and how we can use and why we need to use. Okay. Before that, let's create a scenario where we can check what is the problem with useEffect. Okay, basically. So you can see this is our project, and if I go to src component, here I have created one folder called cleanup useEffect, and inside that I have a home.js component, about us.js component, and I have a index.js. Okay, so this index.js will having routes. Okay, I'm using React router DOM to create routes. One is path slash and second is about us. Okay, and I have a small navigation bar where I have home and about us. Okay, so simple things are there, and let's import this inside the app.js so we can see it. Right now if I go here, you can see icubecode only here. So let me just comment on that and let me import it here. Okay, yes. So if I import it, I should be able to see, yes, we can see home and about us coming up here, and home is here. Okay, so let me just tweak some css also here. I'm just applying like a display flex and some padding and all. That's it. Okay, so let me say padding here 20 pixels so that we will have some gap. Okay, and if I go to a home page, instead of home I'll write h1 tag. Okay, so it will be more spacing over here. Okay, same thing in the about us, I'll do h1 and about us. Okay, if I go to about us we can see. Now I'll going to do one thing. I'll going to have a use effect. Okay, first of all, where I am going to call a API. Okay, and I'll try to get some data here. Okay, I'm not going to show the data inside the return, but I'll going to show in the console. Okay, so let me go to hooks where we already have this code. I'll just copy that. I'll just come back here and paste it here. Okay, and Axios I need to import and set data icon. You can see this we saw multiple times. Axios.get, we are getting the data from users endpoint, and here we are just resulting like logging that, and we are having this catch block for the error catching. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, now let's go back and let's see in the here you can see in the object it is giving us the data, and if I go to the network tab, if I just refresh here, let me just zoom out. Here you can see the data is coming. It's giving 2000 status as well. 2000 means successful. Okay. Now the problem is, where is the problem? Okay. The problem occur when I go to about us and come back in a second. In second, I go to home and click on about us like this. Okay. But still you can see I'm in the about us, but API is still giving the data back. Okay, so this is a very heavy task. Like we are degrading our performance. That whenever the component is not even loaded, home component is not even loaded, I just went for a 1 second and come back, but still we are able to see the API is returning the data. So this thing, this use effect, whatever is running inside the home page, we have to clean up. Okay, clean up means we have to, however, like we have to stop this function or stop this API call. It's not only about the API call. If you have any other things you are doing in the use effect, you have to make it stop. Okay, because you are not in the component. So basically what we have to do is we have to unmount. Whenever we are unmounting this component, home component, we have to say this API stop or cancel. We have to cancel this API. And the second thing, if you are doing any logic, right, that will automatically fall back or the come back. Okay, it will not going to process anymore if we use cleanup function. So let's see how we can use a cleanup function now. Okay, first thing we have to say, we have to create a controller. Okay, controller equal to new about controller. Okay, so this is a one of a class we have about controller, and from this we will get a signal. Okay, I'll use signal equal to controller dot signal. Okay, and this signal I'll going to provide inside our API. Okay, comma and this is the body. Okay, if I use curly braces after this is the body of the API, and here after this I'll write return. Okay, and what I will going to return is here one function, and inside this function I'll going to call about. Okay, so controller dot about. Okay, so whenever like how so what exactly will happen is return in the sense it is unmounting. So this is the component did unmount, you can say. Okay, inside the functional component. So whenever unmounting we are saying about, do the about. Okay, we don't want to call this API. So this is what we have to do it. Okay, so about controller we are getting signal, and that signal we are providing to this API call, and then whenever the unmounting is happening we are aborting the controller. Okay, so that's why our like this is the cleanup function basically, we can say. Okay, so let's go back, let me refresh, and you can observe here in the network tab. Okay, what will happen if I just go to home and come back to about us, it will cancel the API. Let's see, home and about, you can see here the status is cancelled. Okay, if I go back again home page, I wait, it's saying 200. I come back, nothing will happen because the API use effect is done. Now if I do again home and about us, you can see it is cancelling our API call. Okay, so this is how we can use cleanup function inside the use effect. So it will make a major role to optimize your code basically. Okay, you don't want your API calls to run in the background when you are not even opening that component. Okay, you are not rendering that component. So that time we can use cleanup function so that it will clean up our component, also the APIs which are unnecessary calling in the background. Okay, that you can do using the cleanup function in React.js. Yes, so this is about the cleanup function in useEffect and in React.js, how exactly we can use and how we can cancel our API so that it should not process more. Okay, so this is how we can do. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.